What's up, everybody? This is Dominic Minchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs co-beat writer for On SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Thank you guys so much for stopping in today as we near the Week 6 matchup for the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the Detroit Lions in Arrowhead Stadium. A game where the Chiefs bring in a 2-3 record and the Detroit Lions have won 4 straight, holding a 4-1 record. Now, this has a lot of hype around it, I would say, because these are the two teams that were heavily favored to make the Super Bowl last season. And as we know, the Kansas City Chiefs did their part of filling that narrative, but the Detroit Lions were eliminated by the Washington Commanders in their first playoff game of the 2024 playoff session. But so far this season, compared to last year, these two teams, they are clearly separated. The Detroit Lions have a lot of momentum bringing into this game. They are, like I said, riding a 4-game winning streak, while the Kansas City Chiefs had their momentum kind of ended right at the hands of the Week 5 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars, losing that game in hostile territory. But now they are heading back home to Arrowhead. So here are 3 storylines that I think could be in effect for the Kansas City Chiefs mentally and in their game this upcoming for this upcoming opponent. The first one, I've seen this question a whole lot, and I want to kind of dive into it myself. I've talked about it before, but it is this game a must-win for the Kansas City Chiefs? I think it's arguable to say that the Detroit Lions, the way that they're stacked up right now, the way that they've played offensively, I think that there is a leniency to where it's like, well, the Lions have the momentum on their side. Kansas City, on the other hand, if it's a must-win situation, I would say 60-40. Yes. And I say that because I've talked about it before. The first stretch of the season for Kansas City, leading up into their bye week in Week 10 after facing off against the Buffalo Bills, I believe the strength of schedule favors them because of their latter season opponents. This season, in the beginning portion, you're playing without Rashee Rice. You've got a banged up Xavier Worthy, or at least he has been. The defense has been kind of hit or miss, and the offense have had a little bit of explosiveness here and there. So would this game be a must-win for the Kansas City Chiefs to save their season in that regard? No. Is it a must-win for the Kansas City Chiefs to get momentum on their side before they go off and hopefully can string a few games together going into Week 9 with a winning record? Yes. Because think about it this way, folks. After this game against the Detroit Lions, the Kansas City Chiefs get Rashee Rice back. It has been reported that Xavier Worthy will be healthy to play against the Lions. And you also have Hollywood Brown, who has been a very crucial piece of the puzzle for the Kansas City Chiefs so far this season in the wide receiving room. This is also a matchup that we haven't seen yet, or like the group, rather, of wide receivers, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and Hollywood Brown. I think that that's going to be a very good benefit for them come Week 7 down the stretch of the season. But in terms of, is it a must-win, that's where I lean on it. I think the Chiefs should go in with the mentality of, hey, we have to win this game like they do every other game. But if they do lose, it won't be the end of the world, though it may feel that way because it'll be in front of their home faithful, as well as looking at how the rest of the AFC West picture is developing. Number 2, another storyline to pay attention to is, once again, Xavier Worthy and his status. As we know, he was not featured on the injury report, which is very good. Well, he was, but he's all right. He should be good to go. However, we have seen some ups and downs with Xavier Worthy this year, when he is included and when he's not included. Primarily in Week 1, there was a whole lot of uphill battle that the Kansas City Chiefs offense had to do without Xavier Worthy pivoting to Hollywood Brown, though Hollywood Brown had a really good game. Xavier Worthy has that speed asset that helps the Kansas City Chiefs form of running plays. He then returned in week 4 against the Baltimore Ravens, and he was phenomenal. He was good on the rushing side of the football, receiving side of the football, and you could just tell that his presence on the field makes this offense flow really, 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 really well. But going into this week, people were like a little bit concerned about it because there is a lingering shoulder issue that he suffered in week 1. An ankle issue has been popping up on injury reports lately, but from what we look at, he should be good to go. His status and the way that he should be used, I think it should be as often as possible because Xavier Worthy is a very big playmaker for Kansas City, and I think that they're going to need a playmaker to get this team past a very big NFC juggernaut. And the third storyline to watch revolves around the Chiefs' kingdom. Look at the stadium behind me. This stadium will be filled against the Detroit Lions, and they, I believe, will be a very, very big part of taking down Detroit, should the Chiefs be able to do it. We saw a lot of disruption that Chiefs Kingdom put towards the Baltimore Ravens, primarily Lamar Jackson, when they were playing here in week 4. And this is kind of the same thing. If the Chiefs are able to disrupt any sort of communication from the Detroit Lions while rooting their guys on, I think that there is a world where this game is going to be very, very close, and it's going to come down to the support of the Chiefs Kingdom being able to disrupt some flow within the Detroit Lions game plan. I would say that if I had to make a prediction early for this game, I would say that it's going to be once again very close, similar to how I said against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I do think that I think it does favor the Detroit Lions, but that doesn't mean that the Kansas City Chiefs can't take down a perennial Super Bowl candidate from until proven otherwise. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, be sure you follow me over on X at Dom Minchella. I post and repost every single day. You're not going to want to miss any coverage of the Kansas City Chiefs while we lead into the week as well as throughout the regular season. You can also follow us over at KC Chiefs on SI, where everything gets posted there. Analysis, columns, opinions, game threads, social media reacts, podcasts, you name it. Kansas City Chiefs on SI is a place to get your Kansas City Chiefs news. As always, folks, be kind to one another. We need more of it in the world nowadays. And I'll see you tomorrow.